All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I hope you know what you're doing.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Toy Chest, episode 28, being recorded and going live on April 14th, 2025. I am your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
And going right down below, the Alexander Storm from SKN Network. I think it should be standing for, they don't know how to stop, which is good. We benefit from their hard work.
Thank you.
What's up, Alex?
What's going on, guys?
And of course, no stranger to hard work, Tommy Blitz Transmission, blitzing up the charts, blitzing up I say blitzing, but it should be blazing. But anyway, it's the same, right? It's the same.
It's all the same.
It's
After watching our intro, I think I've got to redo it. So Tommy's got his beard. He's got that baby face, clean shaven look in the intro now, you know?
Well, it's going to suck because I have to get rid of the beard in few weeks here, so
never mind.
Goes right back.
Yep, go right back to babyface, man. Just when it got good.
Yeah. You guys, in our description below, there's links to all these great shows and all our affiliates. I do want to bring attention to one thing that I'm going to add in the future, and I'll talk to Alex here in a minute here or after the show about it. Bringing Bandito Radio, 112th FM radio station. If you're not listening to that, you've got to be listening. I was listening before this as I 3D model, as I just podcast, whatever I do on the side, it's always going on 24/7. So I'm going to start adding that into the talk everywhere I go because I believe in it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, head over to SKN Network, go down and find Bandito Radio and just go through the rabbit hole and get hooked like I did. So.
Oh no! Oh,
we got
see you, Tommy. So anyway,
Commander Bly has spoken. Thank you very much.
$1.99, huh?
All it takes. $2.
All I am to you guys. Whatever.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Commander Bly, for that. Well, let's go ahead and get started here. We've got some stuff to talk about, some good news, some bad news, or bad news if I guess if how you take it. Good news on the future. Who knows? We have to talk through this. It's like a therapy session for toys as we get into our first world problems. But first, we've got to shout out our Shadow Council. And if you guys don't know what that's about, there's a QR code to scan and join that ever-growing list. See what happens when they get involved into our show properly. On Wednesdays, our flagship shows, you will get shouted out, the whole 9 yards with all the respect and everything. But there it is, QR. Let's see what that's about. And let's go to our pits. We have Commander Bly, the power of the first, of course. We got Stu Don Jedi. Hasbro has been murdering my wallet for a while now. Yeah, they are on a roll, man, and that might happen, and find out why when we talk about this a little bit. So Basil G is checking in. Hella, my wallet survives, but it's definitely limp. Yeah. I don't even need a wallet because there's no money in it anyway. So it doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't matter. So. Rhino Hobby checking in, stopping by to say hi from Tokyo, he's going to Star Wars Celebration. So our reporter, our man on the streets, he's going to catch the replay. But Rhino, I look forward to any post that you do on your Instagram or whatever, what have you, and to see what that's got to be like, man. I'm completely jealous on that point. Yeah.
Rhino, can you please take pictures of the SH Figure Arts booth, because I want to see pictures of the SH Figure Arts General Grievous. I need to see that. So if you could send some pictures to me, my email's in the description of all my videos. I'd love to see those.
Yeah, I'm wondering on the SH if they actually make it, because the last big announcement I remember back in Solo, they had Jabba the Hutt, Wicket, they had Yoda, and they never made them. They never made
Grievous.
Those.
Grievous just got teased again, not even a month ago, I think. So so he's coming for sure this time.
Yeah, I might have to buy that and replace my Black Series one. As the defense. I mean, it depends.
It's not for me. It's for the shelf.
Right.
Treat your shelf.
John Graper, the space jockey, is checking in. Yay, let's talk 3 3/4, not Black Series. Well, there's what you and Scott could talk about later on.
Talking about it all.
Ban him. Get him out of here.
Ben, shame. Ding, 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 ding. William Rodriguez, check it. Good evening, fellas. Always a pleasure listening to you guys talk Star Wars. Thank you very much. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us too. Meeks, also a busy man over there. SKN
Meeks.
There, and what's up, fellas? All right, guys. So now it's time to bring the energy down. No. Let's see. Sujan, does the SH Figures Grievous also fall over? Look at it, Rob.
I don't know.
Most likely.
Don't even look at it. Just
all my SH figure arts stand pretty good. Their center point of balance or gravity is actually really good. They don't have any footholds for pegs, so I can't even help you with Tashi Station.
Yeah.
And nobody wants those stands that have the hook on just to keep a figure up. So I'm hoping that it's better than the Black Series, because that Black Series one is trash. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh man. But first off, we got to talk about what is happening in the stores. Why are we getting so many drops in the stores? I went and bet and checked all my pre-orders to make sure that I didn't miss it. Am I anticipating shipping orders? Nope. These are still figures that are hitting now that are still slated for August, October. I keep getting messages from Scott here, I found all these, I found the whole wave, and I've been seeing it everywhere pop up. As far as the Black Series, the Moff Gideon wave, the guard wave, that's been hitting, and all the vintage collection ones too have been hitting.
Yep. Vintage. Okay. Yeah. Black Series vintage collection. Hell, even G.I. Joe has been constantly setting down. The classified figures have been coming out like crazy. And because I'm the idiot who still picks up a lot of McFarlane stuff on occasion, some really awesome McFarlane stuff came out too. I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Were you able to get a hold of that Supergirl, or was that truck just got taken away?
I think the truck just ran away. But no, I did get the Dr. Fate figure right here.
Nice.
Check that out. He stands great on a Tashi Station Emporium stand, just like that.
It's like they were made.
All McFarlane toys do on the Tashi Station Emporium stand. A whole bunch of mines are sitting on Tashi Station Emporium stands too. Thank God.
Hey, I just throw out the ones that come with.
No casualties from the earthquake today in California. No casualties. Zero.
I mean, yep.
But, Stu John had one. Look at this. I had a massive shelf die tonight. I said to myself, "You need some Tashi Station stands." Yeah.
There you go.
Real fast. It's a little tangent. Is I make the stands. I 3D print. I have a side business making stands. All my collecting life, I was against stands because I was like, I don't like the way stands looked. with figures and everything. But quickly as things grow and everything, I quickly knew that, or realized that I hated picking them off the floor more. You know what I mean? So there's a give and take there, right? You know, so now no figure that, you know, sits on my shelf without a stand, no matter what now. And get black shelves, it'd be fine. But yeah, it's just funny how I was like one of those proponents of like, I don't like them, but now I can't deal without them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, so I checked. It's not even Star Wars toys that are hitting the shelf, or you know, hitting the shelves and everything. It's like the Constructicons from the Transformer stuff. New Transformers. There's, like I said, McFarlane's hitting. McFarlane's going to hit us hard this year for those who got to, because he lost the license. So he's just like, I'm doing everything. You know, I'm going to pump out so many figures. So again, you know, get them while you can, right?
Brace yourself.
Yeah. But what is so? Nothing has been announced. I know tomorrow, the 15th of April, there's pre-orders for G.I. Joe. So, but no Star Wars until Celebration, I believe. Like not until probably maybe that Ronin figure maybe they'll have something where if people are looking for that Ronin figure, there'd be something that you get a code or whatnot, and you could go on. I don't know how that's going to work yet.
I know.
Okay, Tom, that's why I looked at Tom. I was like,
if predictions that I have and from what I've heard are correct, there's going to be one that you buy physically at Celebration. That is one that the only language on the packaging is Japanese, and then there is one that's going to go to Pulse for order. Not even a pre-order, just straight up order. That same set, but with the multilingual stuff that they have on most of the
Gotcha.
So the Japanese only language is on the Celebration one. So you still have like a packaging variant, something special.
Yeah.
And then it's going to go up randomly though, because if I remember, do you guys remember a few years ago now, that like Arena Boba Fett that came in that like publishing packaging? He just went up like at random in the evening one day. And that was like an SDCC or something. So definitely keep an eye on pages like Yak Face or Crimson Dawn Collectibles on Instagram, because those are going to be the guys that have those pings on Instagram, because they're going to let you know, hey, it just came up, you know. So and Pulse Premium members are probably going to have that first hour to themselves.
Right. They'll do the whole hour, and you know, their timing on convention stuff could be random at whatever. Because I remember like Celebration, the Dave Filoni figure, the heavy Mando.
Yeah.
John Favreau, the heavy Mando. I remember people getting the QR codes and they were out of them, but then like 5 o'clock that afternoon or that evening, they all went up on Pulse. But then again, there were so many there. There was, you know, if physically, there were so many. Is there any words on the black and white version of Ronin versus the color version? Because I know that there's two coming.
So from what I understand, the black and white version is going to be what is at Celebration and what will be on that multilingual one that will go to Pulse, because that one has the wired cape, which is like a huge deal.
Right.
First wired cape in the Black Series. But then what's going to happen after that is at some point down the road, they're going to release one that has just a sculpted plastic cloak. Right. That's going to be apparently colored as well. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I know that I think there's a full color version because in the leaks have like the brown hat for the droid. Yeah, so
allegedly. We'll see. Who knows?
Got to get the wired cape. Yeah, Commander. I mean, if that's what Tommy says is a trend that they're looking towards implementing in the future for Black Series. I don't know if they have any. Does the Vintage Collection have any wired capes, Scott?
No, not to date. No.
Would you want wired capes in Vintage?
You know, I certain figures it could benefit from it, but the capes are so light, it would take a lot of and thin. I think it would be a little bit more on the distracting side. I mean, like the Vader that we got, the Ultimate Vaders that we got the last couple of years, they've got massive capes. I mean, just like cloth over cloth over cloth cape.
Yeah.
If you put wire in that, I don't think it would work quite well.
Yeah.
So many layers.
I can't, like, to me, I hate soft goods for the fact that they all look like marshmallows. Like the Emperor, Leia, like they just look like marshmallows, and it looks stupid, but they've been getting better with that mix of hard and soft, and I think they've improved on that. And that I know someone asked me one time, was like, do you wired capes, is that going to help? I go, not all the figures, but a figure like a reissued Vader with the wire, so you can have that Luke, I'm your father moment and just have it flapping in the wind like that. For posing like that, cool. But maybe not every figure going forward. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Fair. The ones that don't, like I said, I think they still should lean on that half and half. Like the hood hard, because the hood is what makes them a marshmallow. If it's a hard plastic hood, a removable one, right? Yeah. Like that Leia one, and then a soft, everything else. I think that'd be awesome.
I also like what they've done with like Malgus though, where if they just stitch it down, that works too. So I mean, just don't do nothing, basically.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, right.
Don't just make it a big bubble on it.
Like I'm saying, it looks like like I said, like the first issue of the Emperor with the throne room. I was like, come on. So I just shove him in the throne room chair, and I had to put blue tack on some of the figures like that. I'm like, and it ruins it, and
Well, I think the wire capes do in the world of toy photography. I think that's where. You would see. So if you offer the soft goods and then the hard goods, because I've been seeing more toy photography done with that, and it really makes the figures look a little bit better. So I think for 100%. That professional end, maybe that's what it's for.
Yeah, for posing, like I said, there's a hit and miss on certain figures like that. Like definitely these, and like I said, with Vader, we have so many variations anyway. So just make a what's a maximum series Vader? Just please. Cool. I'm asking for it. I'm asking to be charged. I'm asking to be charged more. I'm asking for it.
I mean, there's a couple of scenes with Vader, right? I mean, especially in Rogue One at the end, whenever the ship went away and his cape is floating in Bespin after he's dueling with Luke, it's flowing in the back there. And I mean, that would be epic to have it. Yeah. I mean, and that's two different variations of Vader as well, right? Cloth over the shoulder pads, cloth under the shoulder or the chest pad. So. Right, you could spend $100 in deluxe Vaders coming soon, man.
You will.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, if it's there will never be a definitive Vader, because I have like 7 definitive Vaders, so it's like they keep getting better every time. Yeah. So first I want to hit Tori. Not a figure collector, but solidarity in Hasbro through Wizard of the Coast has my wallet screaming for mercy. Right? Yeah, I hear you, because seriously. As multiple IP collectors, as all of us are here, we collect different things here and there. I am a big Wizards of the Coast, collector and all that stuff too in the past, and I totally understand you. But thank you for checking in and hanging out with us too. Basil G, the vintage collection soft goods have improved dramatically in the recent past, but Hasbro still knows how to drop the ball occasionally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel there's. Well, they do that on Black Series a lot too, where it's like, here's this opportunity to bring a new figure, but there's these old molds that those the single pin legs or a height issue or something like that they do like half. The new head sculpt looks great, but the body is still poop.
Like the new Anakin?
Bosch Leia, new Anakin. Yeah. I mean, it's like, my God, but
I haven't opened up the new Anakin yet. Is it not as impressive as it looks?
Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. I just reviewed mine today, recorded my review, and I think it might partially be because every other figure in that shipper is such a banger. I think that it might be making me underwhelmed on him, but the legs particularly are the same legs from 2013, 2014. They still have not updated the legs. So they're the really awful ankles that just fall forward all the time.
I hate those.
Fun.
Very frustrating.
Yeah. A figure like Anakin, episode 3 Anakin, needs high articulation. You need those Obi-Wan, because I mean, boring just to put them on your shelf as an A-frame pose, right? Come on. Those updates, I think you would get a round of applause for in the collecting community if it was like this highly articulated Darth Maul, Anakin, Obi-Wan, those ones that need it, right?
Yeah.
Like Qui-Gon, you can get away with that stuff, but there are a few that need it. Yeah. Stu John, I picked up a Yord from Amazon for $11 today. Hell yeah. I bought it for the cloak so I could put it on Kit Fisto. I have to say, Yord is a pretty nice figure. Lousy shell, nice figure. Yeah. $11. Wow, I still have to wait till it's about half of that.
I love you. Great figure.
Waiting for that Roston, huh?
I mean, $11 for a cloak. Not bad.
I've seen that Acolyte Black Series are showing up at Ross recently. I saw here and there. So
really, all right.
Scott acts surprised.
Yeah,
It's
we don't go to Ross.
It's kind of fast, honestly. But I guess not really if you think about it. It's just a couple waves ago. Just strange.
Yeah, Commander Bly, all the Acolyte figures are pretty good except for Venestra. Yeah, I mean, Venestra can have like the best articulation is to be like.
Vernestra is a traffic cone. That's why she's not. I don't like her very much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, too, John. Yeah, yellow lightsaber too. Could go with X-wing Luke. Yeah, right.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Right.
Well, you know, if you're into customizing and stuff like that's a perfect opportunity to pick up those figures, especially for Jedis, right? Like Acolyte figures, if they go on massive clearance, you know, which yeah, I can see. Okay, if they're starting to hit like Ross and the discount stores now, okay, that's but it took them a while for it, right? I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I'm still seeing Last Jedi figures at Walgreens dude, at full price too.
I see Force Awakens figures at one of my
yes, yeah.
Finn and Phasma.
Yeah, I just saw Finn. Oh my God, it was Force Awakens. That's what it was. Oh, and Rogue One figures too, like Jyn Erso. That's what I saw. A Finn and a Jyn.
I see Cassian in the snowsuit every now and then.
Yeah.
The Edu. Yeah.
The Edu. Yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
What else are we expecting? I know Hasbro has a booth there. They have a panel. Is it the Ronin figure? The only thing that is going to be exclusive?
Oh, yes. That's the Black Series exclusive. Yes.
Okay.
But I pulled a graphic that came from Hot Toys that is all of their Hot Toys exclusives that are.
My goodness.
Lots of them.
And let's just say.
Come on, dude. So forget that Black Series, Anakin. Let's get that one.
I know, right?
Artisan Dark Side.
Yeah, the Darth Vader that has the pre-painted red glow and blue glow from Kenobi. That's freaking cool, man.
That'd be cool, man.
The Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper, I'm like, okay,
I mean,
sure.
If I was going to Celebration and I was culturally wise, I would definitely get it.
Yeah.
Like if I lived, you know what I mean? If they came to, like, Star Wars came to my country and everything, I would definitely be something that I would grab if I was living in Japan.
Yeah. We're going to skip the one in the center real quick. We'll go over to the left. Yeah. We've got Galen Erso from Rogue One. I didn't know that they hadn't released a Galen. Is this a special Galen?
No, this is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And then of course, Darth Maul from Legends, not even Legends. Yeah. It's the
concept, isn't it?
Concept. There you go. Which they kind of took that look and sent it over to the Night Sisters, but just modified. Right. So, and then of course our main man there in the center, Darth Vader.
That one's good.
With the red eyes, and of course he's got the blue lightsaber, which isn't quite right, but
the red lights. Yeah.
That's freaking cool right there.
Yeah.
That's a cool looking figure. Yeah. So, yeah, every single one of these is at Star Wars Celebration. They are all exclusive Japan only exclusives.
Really?
Yeah. Galen Erso is 38,000 yen.
Is that it?
All the prices are in yen. So I'm, it's probably
so for reference. I sometimes buy on a Japanese website called Ami. It's actually cheaper to get like SH Figuarts and Mafex figures from them as opposed to going through like American sites. Mm-hmm. So like for reference, 15,000 yen is like $70-$80.
Oh, okay.
You're looking at about, so imagine like Hot Toys prices anywhere. The Anakin though is probably going to be like $400 because he's rooted hair. So
65,000 yen. So he is 65,000 yen. The Stormtrooper is 45,000. Darth Vader is 45,000, and Darth Maul is 45,000. Yeah. So
now I also have to say about these. Sorry to butt in.
No, please do.
with these ones, so they're doing I think with all 5 of them, 1,500 of each are available at Celebration. However, an extra 1,000 of each are going to be divided amongst your main Hot Toys vendors. So like some places in Hong Kong, so a couple websites that me and my friends use, Sideshow is probably going to get about maybe 200 to 300 of each. And then Pop Collectibles is another website. They're going to be getting about 150 to 250 of each as well. So if you want maybe like a very slim chance of getting one of these, you do have an opportunity before they start popping up on eBay and stuff like that.
Right.
From what I'm seeing, though, the Stormtrooper is the one that will not be available. You can only get him at Star Wars.
So that is like the true.
I read that he was also going to be split up for other
That's
stuff.
what I'm seeing here in this little graphic from Fantha Tracks.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, Fantha Tracks it says that one is exclusive to Japan. So
interesting.
Maybe they're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see though.
I check out Hot Toys HK on what's it called? Good Lord, on Instagram. That is the Hot Toys Hong Kong page, and you have to translate it all, but they usually give more information than the American pages do for their stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So what Tommy's basically saying is that right now, if anybody has an open bank account, let Rhino Hobbies know and make sure you're paying for his the cash back, because he's going to have to put all that through.
Yeah.
So, we might as well hit him up while he's there.
Add a couple dollars for a coffee or something. Yeah, it's like,
I think they might be limit of 1 per customer though.
Oh, he can
I hope
put a
so.
different disguise on. We can pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a fake mustache and he's got the big,
so
Humpty nose.
Scott, you are right about the Cherry Blossom Trooper. There's a different version of it. They're calling it the Hot Toys exclusive version. That is 1,500 units. So actually, less of them will be at Celebration than will be distributed to Sideshow, Pop Collectibles, etc. for that one.
Wow.
See, the Cherry Blossom makes sense to me. That's like I said, a very niche, kind of concentrated figure. But the other 4 on that list to be like exclusive to and like very limited it makes me nervous, because back before pre-COVID, the convention, the word exclusive was bad. It was just a bad word. It was just hard to get. I mean, if you didn't have somebody at the convention, it was just very hard to get, and eBay prices tripled overnight. And then COVID kind of put a damper on all that, which they were like all the exclusives, like nobody really has to worry about. If you're there, you get it, but then like you can get them the next day or very easily, obtainable. I don't want to go back to, as a collector, I don't want to go back to that scarcity. You know what I mean? Because I understand sometimes it's a badge of honor to be like, I got this because I was there, and I get that, right? But that's why you have like a color variation or a packaged variation. I think like what Tommy was saying about the Ronin figure, right? With the black series.
That's a great way to do it.
I love that's great, because again, that could be like, that puts you there. That puts you in that place, because I'm just looking at that Anakin. I want it. I didn't want to jump through hoops for it either, but
I did pull up a graphic from all the Hot Toys exclusives that are going to be there, not just those, because it's the figures and all of this as well. You've got masterpiece packaging magnets on number 6. You've got a life-size 1-to-1 masterpiece Grogu.
Wait, that's exclusive?
It's not exclusive. Well, wait, pre-sale exclusive. Yeah, it does say that.
Oh, I was gonna try to get that.
Well, good luck, my friend.
No, man.
Then you've got plushies. You've got toy lollipop. I mean, it's Japan. They've got a lot of really cute, kind of kitschy toys and vinyls and stuff. Cosby's, all sorts of stuff right there.
Okay.
I do like the coaster set. That's pretty freaking cool. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome what they've got going on. But man,
I want them Ewoks. I want those Ewoks. God damn it.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a whole, there's some pretty epic stuff. And that's just Hot Toys, people. That's not even counting all the other vendors that are going to be.
Yeah.
I hope Rhino Hobbies took an extra suitcase to bring stuff home.
Possibly 2 now.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, the airlines only charge like $200 for a carry-on anymore.
Right.
It's like
and
pipes in
like
pricing.
and like Mutra always tells me, it's only dirty money. They can always print
Exactly.
more.
it's just dirty paper.
Dirty paper.
Yeah,
There you go. Dirty paper. Yeah.
Yeah, just go make more. That's all. Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like we're here. Celebrations happening on starting Thursday or Friday. I think it's Thursday, and then it's 4 days or whatever. It's a 14-hour difference. I think we kind of did the math on that, right? 14 hours, something like that. So yeah, it's still going to be during the day as we get like the panels, live coverage, or the coverages and everything else, and hoping that anybody who wants any kind of exclusives, those websites do happen in a timely manner, not at 2 a.m, 3 a.m. kind of stuff, our time. But again, that's the thing, right? There's a setting when it comes to exclusives. There's a mindset on it, and I don't know how companies are with it. Do they like it that it's scarce? Do they want to make it that chase, that FOMO, that scarcity, or do they
for
want
the event? Yeah, because
for the event,
so tied to collectibles.
Yeah. If they came, would it hurt them to say, hey, we're going to have this here at the event, and then a month later it's going to be open to like all, that's it's a one of those like fly on the wall discussions I would love to hear.
Now, I would also love to reach a branch out to Rhino Hobbies. If you are able to attend or see the Hasbro panel that they're having, it's like an hour-long panel. I would love if you could take pictures. I don't care the quality of them, and send them over, because my friends over at Monday Night Figure Ball and me are going to be streaming while that panel is supposed to be happening this Friday. It's
gotcha.
Like 10,
so maybe
11,
get some
30
live.
Us is when on the East Coast is when it's supposed to be happening.
Awesome.
We're going to see if we can kind of catch something happening, like live pictures. Cause I think, none of us know for sure, but I feel like Hasbro is going to stream it.
I know there are streaming panels. I would assume.
Yeah, or
that
just
Hasbro
the celebration thing. They might even just do
it.
Yeah.
Right. That's something that they haven't done. No, they have done that in the past. I remember the last celebration, it did stream it, but then they cut things off when they were supposed to. But so expect that same. But yeah, I'm going to be glued to the YouTubes this weekend. Seeing everything. We've got Hell Runner Base checking in. What's up, everyone? Commander Black. We should force them to use American time. Is Rhino Hobbies taking orders for that Black Series Ronin? Orders for that Black Series Ronin, because I need 1, 2, please. I don't know if he's taking orders, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I think I think that because exclusives and like the Pulse and Black Series, not talking Hot Toys or whatever, any kind of like Black Series and vintage, Pulse does a good job. They have in the past. There's no indication that they wouldn't have it up on Pulse, and you get them here in the States or anywhere where you're listening. The only thing exclusive was, like Tommy said, the packaging. It's going to be unless that's what you're looking for, Hal Runner. I don't know if you're looking for like the actual Japanese language box, or if you can wait for the multilingual box, then it should be available to you. And go from there.
But to answer your question earlier, I think that's exactly what they should do. Whenever the manufacturers are looking at exclusives, keep it to where it's like a packaging exclusive.
I love
or paint variation exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't cut the figure off completely for those that can't attend, but give them something special, right?
It's to their benefit, really, man. I mean, like,
absolutely, it's printing money, right? I mean, I used to love going to Comic-Con and getting those little silver Comic-Con stickers on the clamshell that came with my Joes and my Star Wars figures, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's
those
just
were great.
Exactly. It's that shows you're there. It gives you that bragging rights. It gives you that talking point. But again, like, I got it, but I got it secondhand through Hasbro, but a month later or whatever. And it's just, that's what I like to see exclusives go to. I can't stand store exclusives and everything, especially with Walmart and Target lately. But even Pulse lately. Even Pulse has gotten stupid. But
the reason I understand Scott's point, and I think it's a very interesting point, but I think the reason why they switched that up is that there is so much fraud that goes through it. And I think that if it's just packaging, somebody's gonna, look, we've seen it all happen. Somebody's just gonna throw something in with the packaging. But I think if the figure is exclusive to the packaging, then I think they kind of neutralize that a little bit, because there's a lot of bad contributors out there that has been like basically screwing fandom over due to this. So that's why I think they adopted that a little bit more.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, Alliance Collectibles, he Mooch is familiar with him. He's a really good guy, Paul. He sells on eBay and he sells on Amazon and all that. And he is regularly victimized by people buying really hard to find toys from him and then throwing random garbage in, sometimes literally garbage, inside the box and sending it back through Amazon. And he's helpless to do anything about it. I mean, Amazon they're like, yeah, oh well, here's your, it's just the way it is.
Yeah. It's the price of doing business. I mean, as a retailer on eBay through my stands and everything, I do a lot and I sell out, but I can track a package, I can get proof that it's delivered, and then I'll get the message, I never got it. And what am I supposed to do? Destroy, it sucks, but it happens. If people are out there, it doesn't happen often enough for me to be like, that's it, I can't do it. No, but every once in a while there are that, and it's almost like loss prevention, it's like, okay, I just have to send them another one, and if it does it again, then I'll just block. So
so do we need to go over these checklists of all of the stuff that
go for it, hit them up real fast.
Been brutalized so badly. All right, I'm gonna, of course, as always, I'm gonna start with the vintage collection because it's the best. Sorry. Shut up.
You know what I was just thinking? I'm gonna go watch Star Wars.
Okay, we'll see you later. So this week alone, I found the Snowtrooper, Aura Singh, Dr. Evrazan, and my Chopper in disguise shipped from Big Bad Toy Store. On top of that, I also received the Streets of Tatooine playset, and I found the Sabine with Howler at GameStop. So be on the lookout. GameStop is getting hit hard again. All of the Snowtrooper, the Aura Singh, and the Dr. Evrazan I found at GameStop. So you're going to have to pay that extra $1. Actually, they're on par now with everybody else. Because
they are.
As we're going to get into, everybody's kind of raising their prices.
Yeah.
Also, I want to bring attention to, in the middle section, the figure multi-packs, we had a leak of a 4-pack of Snowtroopers that are coming. And I cannot wait to get my hands on those. It means I don't have to buy a secondary individual Snowtrooper figure. So,
right.
Also, rumor has it that the Shin Hati or Haiti or whatever, however the hell you say your name, that's coming pretty soon. And so buckle up, baby. It's getting expensive out there. But
buckle up, baby.
As if that's not enough, these sons of biscuit eaters right here hit. Oh my God. I walked into Walmart the other morning and I rounded a corner and there was that shipper, that elusive shipper that we've all been seeing pictures of. And it was loaded to the teeth with multiples of everything but Anakin. Anakin was sold out, but of course he has been hitting. But there was about 6 Commander Codys. We had 2 Captain Rexes. There were 3 Moff Gideons and 4 of the Praetorian Guards. Only 1 Cassian Andor figure. So that's those. Oh my God. Just, and that all hit in one day. I am not kidding you. One day, all of those Black Series figures and the vintage collection stuff I just showed you in the previous.
All over Instagram. Like everybody was finding it in those shippers and everything. And I that's why it got me to check Pulse. And it still says August. So
I don't know. A couple updates on some of these. Today and yesterday, Amazon is shipping out the Sebulba, Luminara, and Shakti.
Wow.
My friend Mr. Coffee over at Monday Night Figure Ball got Luminara in hand today. And then I also saw some of my friends did find a Krennic or 2 on the shipper. Then moving over to your multi-packs there, I actually have every single one of those except for the Obi-Wan and the Dagongera one. The other 3 I have
received. So you want to sell that Luke? You want to sell that Luke, Tommy?
No, I don't want to. No, I bought it for the Luke.
I'll trade you 2 Leia Bosches for that Luke. So you have 3.
I will say though, apparently in hand,
you're starting to sound like Hellrunner.
My friends have been telling me that in hand that Leia head is actually a huge difference with how good the face looks.
That's what I heard too. Yeah. I actually saw photos and it did look really good by way of comparison.
On principle, I'll suffer.
Yeah,
I'll show them.
There's also that I see you got that Magna Guard that only sold on eBay for $315.
I saw that pop up and I'm like, okay, I checked Yak Face and Yak Face said this is a early leak that is coming. So wanted to put that on there. That is nuts. So things are moving, man. And as you can see, I mean, you guys remember I don't know. I think we were saying just last year, you'd put in a pre-order and it'd take 8-9 months to get that figure in. Now it's pre-order and you know what?
Yeah. Well, it's pre-order and now retail's getting, which is, if they want to bring it back to retail, cool. I'm all for that. I mean, I stopped the hunt because why bother? Could never find pre-orders were coming, and their pre-orders are just they'll be there for you. You just kind of go about your day. But if they switch it to pre-order, but then retail's getting it first and pre-order comes later, that's cool too. We'll see. It also, like I said, when we get into it, it also might take into fact that of why we get all these figures now. This mad rush might be happening here, but I'm gonna hit the chat real fast. So Basil G is saying the Hasbro panel is Friday 11:30 a.m. in Japan. That'll be Thursday 10:30 at night our time. So mark your calendars, set your clocks. Go over to Tommy. What you're doing a live, or is it Monday night?
I'm going to be on with my friends on their channel Monday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to watch it,
time, right?
7:30 I think Pacific? So, right?
Yeah. Yes. So 7:30 Pacific. Head over, follow Tommy, and he'll direct you over to where they're doing, so you can get live reactions and everything like that. Be cool.
And catch it live.
Yes. Woohoo! Al Rudder, maybe if someone let me their Pulse membership, I'm not paying for shipping this year. And he says he's still going strong. You know what? I applaud you. Because I hate paying for shipping. It's wasted money.
You should just get Pulse Premium, brother. Then you don't have to pay shipping.
Exactly. I mean, that's a one-time big shipping charge, and that's it.
Or just go to the show, just go to the stores like I do and find everything, and then you're good to go.
You don't find everything. I mean, there are, like I said, there's some
exclusives there.
You can break into somebody's house and take the online exclusive. That's all. I mean,
some identity theft, possibly. Hey, we're not saying break the law, but there's other ways if you want somebody's information.
We didn't say it's a good solution, but it's a solution.
Doesn't Tommy work in law enforcement? I mean, what are you doing, man?
All right, guys, I gotta go. We'll see you.
Yeah. It's Tommy's tip of the day. So
I'm just making sure that I stay employed. By giving you that.
Yeah, because if you guys were all good, we didn't have a job.
There you go. Next thing you know, police knock on our doors. It's like, damn you, Tommy. Damn you gave us up.
Here's better yet. Break it. No, okay. Break into someone's house, log into their Pulse, change their shipping address to your address, and let them order away. And then
and don't even change the credit card. Just
exactly. Let them order away, and it came to the right house.
And don't tell Tommy
your
about
friend's credit card. It's
it's fine.
It's
They're
fine.
Your friends.
As a matter of fact, guys, can you comment the magic numbers on the back of the credit card right now in the chat? The magic 3 numbers. And that's all we need for you guys to subscribe to the Patreon. Okay.
That's it. We got you.
You can get the merch. You can get the shirts. Too.
Yeah, get the merch.
Get the free shirts.
Yeah. Welcome to Toy Chest episode 28, our last broadcast ever. That's awesome. Let's see here. What we got? William Rodriguez already have 15 Tavici's collection snowtroopers on pre-order. Wow. If the 4-pack costs $54.99, I guess I should cancel or just build a bigger army. I always go for the latter. Yeah, always go for the latter. Army building, it's just like especially stormtroopers. I mean,
snowtroopers are so badass. But the thing about the multi-packs is they usually put some sort of variation. I really do wonder what the variations are going to be in each figure. One maybe a little dirtier, one because they didn't have like a sergeant or
No, they didn't. Yeah, you would think if it's just the cookie cutter, you think, or they should have some variation.
There is like a little rank insignia on them. I wonder if maybe we're going to get different rank insignias or something.
Okay.
Anything's possible, but I'm pretty excited about that set. So
yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on it and see when the figures actually like maybe at Celebration they'll present it there again. I just want to leave this a Celebration. Like as far as we know, yes, there has been some rumors, some leaked figures that are coming out this year and all that stuff. But as far as Black Series and most part Vintage Collection, we don't really know. We don't really have a that, so it's like a surprise to me, and that's why I'm so anxious about it, because again, if I had a pipeline, I would kind of like, oh, there's just going to be a Celebration, I'll just get on there and it's not that important, right? But now I'm like, I don't know, it just feels different. Some people like the pipelines because it's they just want to know and never miss a thing, but again, I like the surprise. We grew up with that, going to a movie theater, watching the preview, and having it come out. Yeah,
we did grow up with that, but at the same time we didn't, because we also had the back of the packaging that usually had the figures that were coming soon on it. If you look at that almost like a pipeline, I guess that we don't really have that in the figure collecting anymore, right? We don't really have all the
right. We also had the magazines too. The next wave and all that stuff that was kind of pipeline.
I'm talking when we were kids.
No,
yeah. We didn't have anything like that. We would have to rely on the back of those packages to figure out what was coming out. And I tell you what, I use that as a pipeline. I would use that as a checklist. Here, Mom, go buy me these. Grandma, get me these.
But I like this better. It just like I'm gonna tune in now. Before, if I kind of like knew, I almost half-assed tuned in. You're like, okay, I know these are and I know these are going to be celebrated, especially if they leak and all that stuff. I don't know. It feels more exciting this way. I'm just going by what they said. I'm not making this up, but they said a lot of stuff, exciting stuff, and big stuff. So we'll see.
Nice. I don't. Man, Max Rebo, he's late. We have to start over again.
All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, should I just? I'll run the intro again. Okay. Beep. Well, thanks for joining in, Max. Oh man. Let's see. Sue John, I have a t-shirt from Target that has Star Wars Join the Dark Side 77 on the front. And now I don't even want to wear the shirt because of the Zoomers calling it 77. Yeah, I mean,
insane.
You should call their corporate office and just complain about it. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, I do have one question that was brought up over the weekend. So we got our guy Brandon over at Hasbro on the marketing team, Hero Collections on Instagram, was asking a question with my friends out of the basement on Sunday. I wanted to gauge the collecting community, and I think we've talked about this before. What do you want to see from Black Series as far as packaging goes? Are you okay with the packaging right now, or do you want them to do anything different? Like, you think of anything. When it comes to the packaging, what is it that you would want?
So this is my opinion. If it came to me solely, like I packaging, I just want the figure. I'm an open box, but I actually would love a more graphic oriented, packaging, because as a community, I enjoy the community being excited about things, even if they're mint and box collectors. It actually excites me to be a part of the and encourages, like, this is going to go on bigger and people are going to get more excited if the packaging was more, exciting. I don't know about you guys, but like if I was a mint and box collector, I don't want to have the figure and not show the figure. So the artwork's on the side. That's how people are displaying them, because the artwork, right? It's a big collage. It's just, might as well just collect cardboard at that point. You have a figure in there, but before, back in our day, we peg it, put it on the wall, and we had the figure plus a scene from the movie or whatever. I like those a lot better, like the retro or the anniversary carded figures. I think they should just adopt that with that double thick cardboard, like the retro collection G.I. Joe, and call it a day. I like the bubble pack like that. Even though I'm gonna rip it up, throw it away, and do whatever, but I understand, and I actually am excited for mint and box collectors, and if that gets the community excited, then as someone who opens, it doesn't really gravitate towards that. If I wouldn't like, it doesn't make me not buy the figure or not. I would want that versus not having it.
Yeah.
I was You want to go, Scott, first, or
You go for it. Go for it.
All right. I as the person that was probably the last in-box mint collector, I think if they did it, I've seen it. It's kind of has like a hectagon kind of like cut to it, hard for shelving. I think if they adopted more like
Yeah.
the current classified figures, boxed yet windowed, and had the side art and the back art, I think it would fit on the shelf better. And it's more unisept than the Star Wars one. So I think if they adopted the classified, the new classified boxed versions, I think that would be better for the mint in-box collectors that just want to display it on the shelves. And it also has that little peg that you can hang them up as well.
Right. The little.
So, okay, I know the whole point behind Black Series and the packaging was to emulate some sort of prestige to it, right? It was to give it, because if you want something to look fancy, make it black, right? Looks great. There's a level of prestige that goes to, it's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I knew that was going to get Tommy.
Oh my God. But
I gotta give that one to Alex.
Yeah. Hands down.
It's lost something though in the years since it started, right? They used to have the illustration on there that was really nice. It looked like a prestigious package that went with the figure. Honestly, even though it was supposed to be that, I always found them boring. As a designer, as a graphic designer that's been working in the industry for a while now, and as somebody who's always been inspired by vintage collecting, that's why I love, like Mooch was saying, whenever they did the anniversary cards that harken back to those 70s
Individuality on a
individuality
figure and a character. Yeah.
And I know that the space that a card back takes up is a lot more than the smaller box. So I think that there's room to do like what Alex was saying, to integrate the two. I think there's a way you can take that original photography that's from the movies that shows the character in action in the movie and place it on the figure package or something along that line, to where you can still also, even if it's just, Alex and I were having a conversation this past weekend about figure design, and there's ways of going about it with die cuts and stuff where you can include more images, more of the image, and still show a lot of the figure, right?
Yeah.
So there's ways of doing it that I think we haven't quite explored just yet, because we're so stuck. We're stuck in this design aesthetic of the Black Series. And I think that Mooch has been saying it for a while now. It's time for rebranding.
You need to rebrand
and
it.
I think that is a good way forward to rebrand.
Yeah. And I will add to what I said too. If figures had more individuality, where it was like this kick-ass artwork of Darth Vader, I might actually buy one and not open it and buy two again. I might be more inclined to do that. Maybe not for me personally, all of them, but maybe Vader, Luke, like the Fab 9, like the original 9 kind of. I would do that actually.
I like that, but I don't like. I mean, I always love
the space. You're right. The space has to be condensed. I don't think it should be a blister card format. I think it needs to be. Yeah,
I agree. The one thing that the Black Series does do is they utilize the artwork that they do have. The Blackest Series.
Rebrand it. That's all.
They do have that really nice mural painting on there, and I like the I like the connectivity of it all. Right?
Yeah,
there's a continuity to the artwork that doesn't exist in GI Joe. GI Joe, I do not like their art on the packages.
Their new stuff.
It's a different artist. Or it's
I didn't like that. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of their artwork on the the original GI Joe. You had that explosion with the painting of the figure, and I feel like I'm boring Tommy now because I talk too much. But it's that it was that brand recognition.
Brand recognition.
GI Joe and the big explosion and the painted artwork, and they're trying that again with the retro, but they're using AI art, or at least something that really looks like AI art. There's no reason that Flint should look that bad, or
for shame.
Wild Bill should have 6 fingers on his gun hand. Look it up, folks. It's a thing. Yeah. So I think there's a way forward where it needs to change.
See ya, Max. Go get that wife aggro. Just go get it.
So what my friends and I kind of all unanimously feel about the packaging is that We think generally Black Series should switch over to card backs, whether that be with the big, just because those give more. First of all, Hasbro saves money because it's less money to spend on packaging. You don't have to fold all the boxes; you just slap them on a blister card. We also talked about not restricting the throwback packaging to anniversaries. Do a Kenner cardback wave every 6 months. Do a Revenge of the Sith or Clone Wars cardback wave every 6 months, just for fun. And then we also said do unique cardbacks for every show. Do a make your own Skeleton Crew packaging that's different from a Bad Batch cardback, that's different from a Book of Boba Fett cardback. And then each show, it can all be on the same shape. I don't care, but all something that makes it pop, has some color, because I agree with you guys. I think that the current boxes are boring. I'm over that. I get what they were doing in the beginning, where that's why Hot Toys in Star Wars, and that's a Lucasfilm mandate, is that the packaging for the premium collectibles be that black backdrop with the product on the glam shot on the middle.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of I think we all are on the same page about just making it look more visually and like Mooch, you brought up a great point too. Every single one of these Revenge of the Sith cardbacks I'm buying too. Yeah. Every single one of those Kenner cardbacks, you guys are more likely to buy too, because you want to keep one on card and one out. Yeah, I'm not. Ever since I got back into the collecting, all my Black Series, no matter exclusive or not, I have not been inclined to keep one carded. Not even those anniversary ones, even though, because I didn't think it was like an ongoing thing. If I knew that was the card, I might have a few on my wall that were left in a card and then opened up, and because visually it looks great, and how great is those to have signed on by the character also, they're just better.
And Mooch has seen my collection in person. I buy 2 of everything. So whenever I'm the vintage collection, not Black Series. If I buy a Black Series, I just buy one and I open it up. But I tear the shit out of that package to open up the figure, and I always keep a nice pristine one to display. Yeah. But segueing into the other part of our conversation, number one, I love that because I love the artwork, right? Can I keep doing that if the prices are going to go up and up and up and up, and up, right?
That's what I want. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think, but feedback is feedback, right? So I hope this does get the ears of Hasbro. But yes, so if they change at this climate that they have now, with tariffs and with everybody already sending out letters saying, "Hey, everything's going up," even though Hasbro hasn't raised anything yet. I don't even think they came out and said other than like a Marvel Legends here and there, but not like their base, but still $24.99. But I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was inundated with letters all week about tariffs, about, and not just figures, about everything, plastics and everything that I deal with, especially in 3D printing. It's bad. But again, not to get political, we're not gonna talk about the justification, but saying that what's the effect? Yeah, what's the effect on it as our hobby and stuff? So yeah, if they came out and rebranded Black Series and now I want to buy 2, but if they're $30 a figure, that's gonna throw it back in another monkey wrench in this whole thing. So timing is everything too. So I appreciate 100% that they're really reaching out to the community and trying to get some
I'm going to share a screen really quick, and this is what I'm talking about here, and this is what we're talking about. Prince Shizor has already been released. You can go to GameStop right now. As a matter of fact, my GameStop has 2 of them on the pegs. He is $24.99 at GameStop. $24.99. Yep. Right. And Big Bad Toy Store, he was $24 or $25.99. But this week, after that letter came out, Prince Shizor is now $27.99. Okay. Yeah. This is I have this in hand. In stock. It says in freaking stock. Yeah. Right? That there's no reason for it.
That's exactly. And I think Entertainment Earth, I think more of the third party sell, they're all doing that. They're all raising the prices preemptively, knowing or taking advantage or whatever it is that they're doing. I got letters from stuff that I do, not toy wise, saying like, look, regardless if they're going to walk back tariffs, we're getting a 10% increase from this point on. And so a lot of companies are taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to cause people just to be like, I don't want to, I'm not just saying the figures, just I'm not buying. I'm not. Yeah. So you could put, it could be $1 million. I don't care. I'm not going to buy it, you know?
It just, I mean, if it was
bad faith, man, I think so.
It is absolutely bad faith. If the figure is now being shipped over and it's, you know, it has that tariff attached to it, of course we're going to be paying more money because that's they are not out of the kindness of their hearts going to eat that tax. It's going to come to us.
Yeah, of course.
So for something new, I get it. But for something that is already in stock in hand, that, like you just said, that is not a show of good faith.
Tomorrow, a new wave of GI Joes comes out. Now there are some deluxe in there, so they're going to be okay. We'll see now because Hasbro, I think, is going to wait until, like I said, they catch up, or maybe that's why they rushed, or maybe that's why retailers have the Moff Gideon wave now because
that is why
rushed. They're like
everything out.
Yeah. I appreciate that where a company would say, look, we're going to try our best to. We're going to wait on to the very end, the bitter end, until we put those prices out to, because we understand what it can do to the community, right? But like I said, faithful third parties that I've been buying from to do that, I think it's like I don't understand. You know what I mean? Is it gouging? Is it what? Like their letter they sent out just still didn't make sense. They're like, this is happening, so we're gonna get ahead of it. And we're gonna pass it on to you now, knowing that you can go get Cheezor right now in stores for $24.99 and on Pulse for $24.99. They're still doing it. Like it's like right in our face. And you know, as a collector, they don't care. They just like, we're gonna do it.
This is why I still shop in stores, right? Because if I buy from Entertainment Earth or I buy from Big Bad Toy Store, I'm already paying that premium to get something sent to my house because they're always a couple dollars more.
Yeah.
But this is just going to drive me. This is just going to keep me on an even keel. I'm still going to Walmart. I'm still going to Target, and you know I will cut out that inflated price on.
Yeah, I think Yakface made a post too saying like, "Hey, look, even my affiliate links. If you can find it cheaper, go get it cheaper." Like I think he made a thing like that. Like go to Pulse, go to the channels that are holding on to the end.
Well, here's the one thing that we just had this discussion last Friday, and like we're really kind of like glancing over because we always have an overly positive view of things.
Sure,
but it's really chicken shit. Like what Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Stores are doing, and Entertainment Earth especially. Entertainment Earth and everyone that watches our channel knows that they are affiliate. We dropped them this week.
Yeah,
because they did that Spider-Man 3 Venom variant, and they had that thing at $37.
Yeah,
everyone else had Big Bad had 34, and Hasbro had it at $29.99.
Yeah,
we knew the $30 figure thing was coming, but there is absolutely no need for Entertainment Earth. And Big Bad's kind of done it a little despicable because they always put an extra $1 on it.
$1 is fine. Yeah.
But we know that they're not paying $24.95 every figure.
Right.
So there's a thing when you buy your big time retailer, you're getting at a different price points. So it's always been a little bit of greed, but now this greed is getting differently.
Yeah.
I would suggest, and I'm telling everyone out here, and we've done on our channel, we dropped Entertainment Earth from all of our advertisements and everything on the live streams and everything else because we couldn't abide by that, and we couldn't tell people in good faith, hey, use our code and have these people screw you over.
Well,
if you can get it from Pulse, Mattel Collections, or wherever you get your stuff directly from, do that.
Yeah.
And like Scott said, hit the stores up.
Yeah.
But you can't have these secondary and third stores just ripping off fandom and being good with it.
Just because they can.
Perfect example was what Scott just brought up with Big Bad. Like that Cheezor should no way in hell should be $27.99. Like it's just not it's just because again, if it was something was a pre-order and they're anticipating this to come in October and maybe they don't get that opportunity, so I can almost understand that justification, but to have something currently and be like, look, because of tariffs, we're raising everything right now in hand that we paid. Again, it's a big mess, and of course, if it was a one-off, you know what? I don't know how much because again, it's not a necessity. We get this. This is a luxury. It's not a necessity.
First world problems, man.
Yeah. And Stu John, capitalism, I understand. They can do they're free enterprise, free trade, or not anymore. But anyway, it's like, you do what you want, but this isn't a one-off. This is like, for example, Shizor. All four of us plus everybody we know is buying that figure. And so now you take that $3 and you multiply it by like 2,300. So it's not just a $2 increase per person. It's a huge increase, and it's a huge revenue thing. How
many times have you ever seen these companies when the price goes down, when there's some other, the only one I can say, and it's hard for me to say this, but the only time I've ever seen them drop the price was Valaverse. When he got his when he had like a discount from the warehouse, he dropped his price of figures.
Yeah. Well,
I have never seen Hasbro or Mattel or NECA or anybody else, or Big Bad Toy Store, anybody else saying the $30 figure is not going away. It's going to stay there.
Yeah, right.
And they're going to constantly, but if the tariffs or whatever goes down, you will not see the 27 figure or the 24 come back.
Right.
But we all know that they are making extreme profits from fandom. And that's just where it's wrong, man.
Yeah, it's wrong, especially with things, again, this is the most political I'll get, but the things that are coming out of, because China don't care. They're like, we don't buy American, so here's what's happening. They're exposing the actual cost of things and what they're doing, and I know that Hasbro is not paying or $20 for, you know what I mean? Huh?
Being the only person that actually is in the toy industry now as an actual manufacturer. We've been speaking all day to, like, Colombia. They are worried too, and now we're talking about shipping things. Like, do we need to ship it down to Vietnam, or do we need to send it to this? So, like, if you don't think that over there they're like, oh yeah, we'll just keep raising it up. They are absolutely worried out of their minds. They're factory people that we've been speaking to. Like, we don't know what we're gonna do. So it's on both ends. We're just seeing it from the collector's point.
We're seeing it from
relishing, like, the price is going up either.
Yeah, we're seeing it from the collector's point. And a price increase, like I said, we could deal with it with inflation or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But not a $4, $5 increase per figure, because again, you extrapolate that 20, 30 figures a year per line. That's that's your electric bill. That's something that's, a car payment at some point. So, and that's not, again, that's just one unit of everything else. Like I said, with I'm seeing it through the 3D printing world. It's just like, whoa, machines that I bought 3 months ago are double right now, and it's like, well, I can't, how am I supposed to tell people that it's a good buy? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
and you and I were having a conversation yesterday, just your filament that you utilize.
Wow. Crazy, man.
The filament is,
I will make a promise though, Tashi Station, my prices are staying, because I will find different ways of controlling that. I don't want to pass that on to nobody, even though it's going to cost me more with films and stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm not, just do it. They're 3D. I have other avenues I'm going to explore.
Honorable business practices.
I mean, unless, like I said, just because my machines cost more doesn't mean that the product. That's just me, though. That's my thing. I'm a collector. I'm a, if I had employees, that might have been different. Who knows, right? I mean, it's a tough situation. It's a situation that we just want to collect. We just want to have fun with stuff and yell at Hasbro and praise them and like,
It's one of the bright spots in a really dark world, is being able to do this and have this kind of fun. And now that these massive price tags are coming with it, it's not as much fun.
Yeah. Stu, I wish. No, I mean, with filament, busted. We'll leave it at that. But I know that Alex and Chet over there on Toy Box, they were trying to tell us, like, hey, they're trying to get us used to the idea of a $29.99 figure, a 27. They're trying to get us used to saying it. If you keep saying it, and when it happens, it's like, we knew it was coming. But like I said, they just raised it to $24.99. I don't think it's been a year yet. You know what I mean? I can't. 19 to 22 to 24 within a 20-month time, and to go up to 27 to 29. And that's just base figures. We're not talking deluxe or Haslabs or vehicles, which is going to be, you know, a percentage more and stuff. So, you know, a lot of people will just be like, all right, I'm out. I can't, you know, again, it's a luxury. So like Tommy said in one of his videos, if you have to choose between your electric bill or eating and buying figures, I mean, we joke about it, but you got to survive first, you know, and if they price themselves right out of the market, then you're going to see that it'll kill that industry, you know what I mean? And if Star Wars gets hit especially hard because Star Wars is manufactured in China, where Marvel is Vietnam, or GI Joe is in Taiwan, or no, Mattel is in so there's like different things that are going on, you know, and we'll see, right?
So,
I mean,
if I may,
so
I kind of want specifically Big Bad Toy Store. I have been a very, very big promoter of Big Bad Toy Store literally since I started collecting in my adult life. They've always been my number one because I love the pile of loot.
Same.
$4 flat rate shipping, and because they are a smaller player in the world of toy, you know, they're a specialty store. That's essentially, you know, they're also US.
I work for them, man.
Yeah. I've also worked for them. And it's I guess the best way to put it is you know, that because they're a small here he is blind. Wow. Because I've been buying from them so heavily for the last 5 years, they've always been $1 or $2 more than everybody else, and I've always you know, and it balances out with the $4 shipping, and when you get to ship 14 figures all at once, it's like Christmas when you get your pile of loot.
Absolutely.
When they increased prices to $27.99, that was just before the whole tariff thing started. So the Shizor $27.99, that was their blanket, like across the site, 6-inch figures that were $24.99 or $25.99 for them. They bumped them up $2. Now, in their, I don't know if you got a different newsletter from me because I'm like subscribed to their newsletter. Their CEO wrote out an email. You know, I don't know if he had someone drafted or, you know, his name on it. So they had an email sent out like explaining what they're going to do with the tariff situation. And he said that essentially they're going to keep the prices on pre-orders and stuff where they are right now. And then when your order is going to ship soon, they're going to say, hey, this is the amount of money extra that you will have to pay for this figure because of tariffs. It's a tariff surcharge. And they're going to tell you, because they always, about maybe like 3 to 5 business days before it actually falls into your pile of loot,
they're preparing your loot.
This is processing soon, you know, so you have a chance to cancel. They jump in. So they said that's what they're going to do. They're going to let you know, hey, this is how much money you're going to be spending that goes to nothing. And you get the choice to cancel your order or keep it. And then they did also specifically say that as soon as the situation is over, they're going to bump everything back to where it was before. So I don't, you know, I guess time will tell and we'll see where they're at. Then you look at like Alex said, then you look at Entertainment Earth though, on the other side of it, where it's like Maximum Hulk, $75, just right out the gate. Just no explanation, just $75 Maximum Hulk, $15 more than everywhere else. And I have friends like, you know, so for me, I'm going to stick to my principles. I am blessed and privileged enough that I can afford to stick with Big Bad. So that's what I'm going to do. However, I understand my friends who are like, dude, I got to switch to Amazon because they sell the figures for $24.99. And I feel like there's, as from our level at the collector level, I feel like there's no wrong way to go about it. Now when you start belittling each other, when we start like, you know, taking a
that's what I was just going to say,
who we stick with, like that's where I have an issue, but
it's to each his own. You
like this guy. Right? I mean, oh my God. Gee, he's
Tommy, I 100% agree with you. And the fact that if they mention a walk back, it's cool. But if nobody does it, then why do you theoretically like they're not going to lose? If the industry went to 27 as the norm or 29 as the norm, then you guarantee everything is going to be, they're just going to keep it. You know what I mean? So, but no, I wanted to bring that up just to kind of get the dialogue going, because again, you know, it might change buying habits for certain people. You know what I mean? If you don't have a Pulse membership, you might go on Pulse from now on and try to get as many locked in at that $24.99 as much as you can. Again, if I was just buying like honest, like one line minimal stuff, I might be kind of blind to some of that, but I mean, I'm looking at about 500 figures sitting on this wall, with, and a lot of it, and so you extrapolate that and you're like, look, man, it's not just that the figure went up $2-3. It's it went up to my entire collection. So my next 500 figures is going to cost $2,000 more. And I'd rather go to McDonald's, but you know what I mean? It's like, but that's my prerogative, right? I'd rather spend that money, not on air, not on,
nothing.
Nothing,
and it's also a nothing that we're not going to see any benefit from. We're not going to see any benefit from it at all. So my question is, so Big Bad Toy Store, they did that. They're going to have their letter. They're going to tell you exactly what it is that you're going to be spending for nothing. When it comes to big projects like Hasbro and their Haslab that we've already spent the money on, right? They've been strangely silent about the whole situation, right? Yeah. And I mean, they've already got the money. They've already spent the money, and they've already had their paychecks and whatnot. I don't see how they could. This is going to sound bad.
In their terms and conditions, I know where you're going, but if it's in their
if it's in, I didn't even look at their terms.
I didn't either. I mean, you don't.
I didn't either. I just buy it and I do it, right?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Many are worried about the canteen. Exactly. So, can they hold something that you've already paid for hostage, essentially? Well, for an added fee for delivery, right? It's very interesting, and I would like. If there are any Hasbro employees out there, I'd like to that are listening. I'd like to see if
I don't think they can. Yeah, I don't think they would. So here's the thing: you either have to pay it if it's in their fine print. No, I mean you can't cancel. You're not going to get a refund.
Well, I don't think in the fine print. I don't remember
order. I mean, they're taking too much of a hit if people cancel their orders.
And you can cancel your order
on a made-to-order thing like that. You really just have to eat the cost at that.
That's point. A tough one, man.
$500 refund on just one customer. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
No, I think they will most definitely hold up their word on that, because I think the latter part of the situation is the NECA scenario from last year. I don't think Hasbro, especially with the amount where you have a company that is, let's be honest, every quarter it matters for them and their board and the stockholders. They cannot have a PR disaster like that. Like, okay, we're going to hold up the Cantina and the Rattler. You guys aren't getting this unless you give us another $60.
Yeah,
that's going to murder that company. Online and everywhere else. I think they're going to honor those prices. But in the future,
going forward,
this year's
that's probably why there hasn't been a Haslab in these IPs.
This year's Haslab is gonna be, if it was like, let's say what the Canteen was $500, then you're looking at like $657.
Yeah,
I got a feeling it's gonna.
We're looking at the minimal $500 Haslab from now on.
Yeah, it's gonna look crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, by all means, is the conversation not ended? We'll continue to monitor situation, and like I said, and see where, it'd be over for a lot of people. Like eBay would blow up with people selling off their collections. It's just like, I'm out. It's just like, what do we do? Ride the wave, deal with it. But again, it's hard to be like, here's $200 and went nowhere. It's hard to justify it. And,
it's also shifting back and forth. Yes, they're hitting. No, they're not hitting. Yes, they're hitting, but no, they're not.
Those letters.
Now we're gonna.
I didn't get no retraction letters.
Right. Now we're gonna hit. Now we're gonna hit China with 134%. Right.
Yeah.
So it's and that's where. Frankly, that's where Star Wars ships from. That's where Star Wars figures are created. They're created in China. Yep. It is inevitable that we're going to be hit with these things.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I get it, man. Well, like I said, we'll continue to talk about it. Again. No retraction letters have come back. I've got none of it. I got an email full of all my vendors saying this is what's happening, but whatever. It's just
but anyway, it's changing like every other day. So that's the.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's tough to see like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad already preemptively change. And not saying they're going about like May 1st or June 1st. They're already doing it, and they're saying, hey. where if everything went away, they're not going to give you that money back, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, guys, let's get out of here. It's a good talk. I think we're gonna keep our ears to the ground for Celebration, see what happens. Keep an eye on those prices. As of tomorrow's GI Joe live stream or the pre-order should kind of set the precedent. We'll see in the next couple months. I think that if they're gonna raise it, it's gonna be tomorrow. You know, Hasbro wise. And then, so, you know, the armored Cobra Commander is what everybody's going to be clamoring for. So, and the claw. So anyway, just more stuff, man. Just more. But thank you, everybody in the pit. You guys were always awesome. People on the replay, awesome. Rhino Hobbies, I've never seen us on a replay. You got a lot of requests. So I don't be afraid to hit us in the comments. Don't be afraid to see in the comment section. And yeah, so
I'll be watching.
Yeah, exactly. Tommy, I mean, I know what's going on over Blitz Transmissions. I know because I'm a member. I think he froze right at that. Oh, there he is. Is he back?
No, did I lose it when I was right up on?
Yeah,
the
you just really.
I knew it.
Yeah. So, Tommy, tell everybody what is going on over there on the way to 10,000 subs. Go ahead.
I mean, other than lagging, I've got lots planned. The next subscriber goal is 2,000 by the end of the year, which I think I'm not being ambitious enough for. So I think that's going to happen a little sooner than the end of the year.
Nice.
Just a lot. I'm still reviewing a lot of action figures. You're going to see a lot of news on the channel as far as like just like topical videos, things like that, with all the stuff with Celebration. I think I'm going to do a tariffs video this week. We'll see. I don't want to, I got to figure out how I want to phrase my arguments.
Sometimes it's touchy, but
it is.
So
yeah,
what?
I'm going to try.
Like, so what at this point? It's like
try and keep the politics out of it and just talk about from the collector's perspective, like we did today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I'm also doing a giveaway coming May 4th, and do May the 4th / celebration of 1,000 subscribers giveaway, giving away a couple hot toys.
I know. I'm going to be in there, be like,
Jazwares,
All right.
everything, just how I do. I'm a lunatic. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, as George Lucas said in the prequels. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
It'll be great. It's gonna be kind of rhymes.
I'll fix it in post. I'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
But I think what's even cooler though is what we got going on at the Shadow Nose Network. These big toy industry guys, all of a sudden,
Alex does not leave that stool.
You guys made it back alive from Toylanta.
Yeah.
You
when in my house is still a complete mess.
Yeah, exactly.
It has not looked the same since I left. I cannot get anything in order. My office is a mess. Everything. But no, same thing on Wednesday night on Toy Box Chronicles. We are gonna do terror-proofing your collection.
Terror-proof. Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're looking for some heat from that.
If people don't say anything, then it's business as usual,
Yeah. Always running with Pixel Plastic on Friday night. Again, both shows at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you checked out our Instagram and our X accounts and everything, you notice there was a teaser put up. Well, there is going to be a major change coming to SKN, look-wise and feel-wise. So that is in the point. There's a little teaser up there to kind of let it know that there's certain things that are reverting to the past and reverting to the future. But like we always say, the pulse of pop culture, that's what SKN is going to be. And that's what we're kind of always shifting to. And then you can catch us on Bandito Radio with Action Figure Frequencies. And we were joined this week by another show, and we should be one by a Star Wars show, hopefully at one point.
We're in the talks. We went to the negotiation table.
The Purple Gang, which are great guys who do a Saturday night live stream, really positive individuals. They premiered their show Full Frontal Purple after Action Figure Frequency. So let me explain to people, because we've already done. There's music that plays. There's a couple other situations, and then there's Action Figure Frequency. More music plays, maybe another.
I didn't do it justice.
Old time radio
talking about it,
and then
it's awesome.
It's another podcast at the point. So that's our second one that we have on Bandito Radio. A lot of things are happening with Bandito Radio. Actually, we'll be probably coming to an actual station here in Southern California as well as a block. So a lot of great things. But we are waiting for a Star Wars centric toy show. Just just saying, no pressure.
We'll see. I've gotten some things written down on paper that are for our contribution. But yes,
I don't want to interrupt, but I know we just were talking about it 55 minutes ago. Tamashi Nations gave their official reveal for
the SH previous. It looks great.
Look how tall he is compared to Kenobi there.
I love it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I will pick it up.
Going to be revealed
if I can.
at Celebration.
Yeah, $110, $120 maybe.
I was thinking 70, 80. That's what I was thinking. Honestly.
If it's 70, 80, great. I'd be thrilled. I'd be thrilled.
Yeah,
that looks great. I'll get it. I'm gonna throw that one in the street. That Black Series one.
I might get two. Who knows?
Yeah. Scott, with our Sarlacc Digest, we've got everything cooking. So I'm going to kick it over to you because on May 4th, something special is happening.
Oh my gosh. That's right. On May 4th, we've got our Sunday Fun Day at a galaxy far, far away. We've got here in Apple Valley, we have a local bar, Better Days Beer, Wine, and State of Mind bar. It's a great little speakeasy style bar that is it's about 5 minutes from my house, man. It is an awesome little place, but don't let it's what size matters not. Don't let that deceive you. We can pack this place, right? On May 4th, we are doing our trivia and more. There's going to be specialty drinks. There's going to be specialty food in place. We're going to have, it is a toy drive. So you got to bring a toy at $10 or more in there, a brand new toy that gets you admission into the trivia challenge for prizes, bragging rights, and a little bit of harassment from our man, Grand Admiral Franz, whenever you don't get questions right. Sample question. I always love this question. Who in the chat can tell me what was the original name that George Lucas gave Yoda? So answer that question. I would love to see if anybody knows the answer to that question. But yes, that is May 4th, 2025. I don't know why I'm flinging my hands around. You can't see what I'm doing. The trivia is going to start at about 7 p.m. But before that, there's going to be live music from the High D Boys, and it's just going to be a big time party. Yeah. Come on down, hang with us, get to meet us. It's just a lot of fun, and it's for a great cause. It is not Minch. It is from a great cause for Chips for Kids, and representative from Chips from Kids is going to be there. It's going to be an awesome time. So, and I mean, Revenge of the Sith is hitting theaters again too.
That's right. I got tickets. Woo!
I got tickets too.
Me too.
Yep.
Stu John, he'd go to this if it was in the area, but he's a few thousand miles away. I'll be with you in force. But we have something for you. If you cannot make our local May 4th, we have the resources on our Tosh Station, Sarlacc Digest YouTube channel. We've provided trivia already for you, so you could take a 64 question quiz at your own home, either solo or host your own party. You know what I mean? And we have a lot more to come too. So yeah, if you start leaving now.
If you walk,
if you walk up 500
miles to Atlanta, you can make it, man.
That's right.
But yes, and then of course, so that is our May 4th thing, and then of course on our every Wednesday we do our Star Wars weekly, break down everything Star Wars. Of course, we got Andor season 2 coming. We've got Celebration. Hopefully things are happening. There's some video game news that we'll break down. There are a horror Star Wars actual horror coming to Star Wars, not just rumors anymore. This might be an official talks. We don't know. We'll explore it more this coming Wednesday. So tune in. If you can't hit us live, because I know we're a little late for the East Coasters, but we do have our replay, and we are always in our comment section going back and forth. Our Discord is located in the description below too, because that's where the conversation really happens. And see, we want to just kick back and chat. So again, everybody, thank you. In our description, all the links to the affiliates are there. Go support. It doesn't cost anything, only to Bly to subscribe and like and everything. There's only one pay to win here. Okay, pay to play. But guys, thank you so much. I think we're done. Good talk. We went over. It's always fun going over. So All right, we have to go transfer money now. Okay, I got to go from I got to cash in some stocks. I don't know what's happening, but with that, Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody. Your stocks still have money in them? Wow,
what stocks?
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.